Now! Lock it to get toasty!
Bird strike!
Water,
Not
hear
again!
my
My
call!
turn! It's over!
We master energy is evil!
I'm on it!
Raging tension!
Destruction!
Now!
Totally! In an instant! Impact block!
Barely a blip on our radar. We've reached our destination.
You all arrived here from Cislodia, yes? In that case, you should depart via the south gate, rather than the one you arrived through.
Ready, Kirito?
Yes. No holding back. Hey, is he always this eager when it comes to fighting?
Yep, that's just how Kirito is.
Mirage! Here are pieces! It's over!
Here I go!
It's over!
I hope you're ready. Dance to the wind. Here I go. It's
Carve through the wall! Here I come!
Look out!
Carrots flooding and surrounding.
I'll get you out of there! I'll tear you apart!
Here I
Now
go.
disagree!
Try harder! Take this!
Sleep now.
Take this!
In a bind?
Hope you can
No
keep
escape!
up.
Lightning
Lightning
thrust!
More of that
Lightning thrust! You're finished! Shut us! You're finished!
I'll keep going as long as it takes.
You won't keep up.
Ready for this?
This one's all mine!
Dream.
Lightning burn in hell! Strike!
I'm going.
This is...
You are gonna pay for that!
You're pretty good.
I owe you one.
Look out! They're coming right for us!
I'll pull you back from death to
Take
birth.
still! You're mine!
Dance to the healing
It's
art.
over!
Air
This is it!
I'll bring you back from death to
Eagle
birth.
fly!
Resuscitation. Here's a healing art. First aid. Here I go.
Take this!
Where are you going?
I'll keep going as long as it
You're
takes.
mine!
Demons descend! Flashing bang!
I'll heal you all now.
You're finished!
Tempest.
Not bad. Not bad at all. But I'm still in this to win! Wait, seriously? 2 swords at the same time? I'm not about to back down from the fight.
Good! Because I'm not planning to hold back! Strike!
Here I go. Here goes. You can keep up. My watch.
Try harder!
Now you see what I can do!
They're not making this easy, are they?
Definitely not. They're strong, but we can still pull through.
Yeah. Let's show them what we're made of. Hear me! Flame of fury! Morning strike!
We're not through yet.
Dazzle! This one's all mine!
Lightning down!
Take this! He stopped it? Damn!
I'm on it! Not on my watch!
Thanks!
Next time, don't get cocky. Here they come.
I can't believe we managed to stop that.
Among other
I can't find an opening
Don't
with
tell me
these
you're
two.
giving up already.
No way! I'll keep fighting for as long as it takes.
I'll keep going as long as it takes.
Be still! Rising Falcon!
I never miss!
Ah!
I'll heal you all overboard! Will this help?
We're not through
No
yet.
escape! Crush!
I can't heal you forever!
Thanks! Dazzle! Tactical fury! Thanks!
You're pretty good!
It's over!
Here's a healing art dream!
Ah! You picked the wrong fight!
Here
Thanks!
goes! Lightning condemned!
Destruction! You're my
Thunder corruption! By the power of water! Here's the lightning when you're ready! Thunder blade!
Take this!
Here's a healing art!
Strike!
Here I go!
I'll smash you!
Take this! Start up! Rising Falcon! It's over! Here I come!
Now or never. In a bind?
You're mine! Rising Falcon! It's on!
This one's mine!
Here I come!
Here I
Rising
go!
Falcon!
Lightning!
Not done yet! Try harder!
Fire!
Not a chance! No escape!
Fire!
not through yet.
Eternal devastation!
Light action!
It's over!
Sword!
Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade! Here I come!
Searing
You're on!
Raging
I'm on!
Almost
It's over! Be still! I'm on it! You're on!
Can you handle this next attack?
You picked the wrong fight!
Wrong one!
Take this! I'm on it! Lightning thrust! You're on!
Lightning!
Nice one, Akira. I'll keep going as long as it takes.
You can keep up!
Stay away from my friend! No further!
Mega Ray! Gemini
Guys
Aqua!
sure are tough.
Yeah, but this isn't over yet.
You okay to keep going, Asuna?
Yeah, don't worry. Take it.
We're not
What's
through
in the
yet.
sky is mine. Lunar
Lightning
corruption!
thrust!
Gemini Aqua! Bloom! Annihilation!
You're mine! Take this!
Ready for this? Here I go! Annihilation! Healing flame! Burning thrust!
This one's all mine!
There!
I see your sword blades as fast as ever.
Good job, Kirito!
We've reached our destination.
After all that, Kisara never came back to see us.
I'm surprised she slipped away without us noticing. Where would she even go? I hope this place survives. You think the Danins and Renins have a chance of getting along? We didn't really do much to change things around here, did we?
This realm had its own walls to overcome. And in the end, it was the people themselves who decided to break them down, without any help from us. I hope they keep going. I really do.
Yeah, well, if you say so, I guess. Huh?
All right. I leave command of the Gold Dust Cats in your hands.
You've got nothing to worry about, Kisara. I'll do your brother proud.
Looks like it's time to go. Take good care of Zare for me. All right, Legil?
You've got it. Stay safe, Kisara.
Did you come to say goodbye?
Actually, I was wondering if you could use another companion.
Huh?
Well, we certainly don't mind you coming along. We just figured you'd stay behind and help rebuild. These people could use you.
I thought much the same thing. However, in the end, something changed my mind. Ever since Miguel died, I've been thinking a lot. About where I went wrong, what I should have done differently. You know, that sort of thing. It's true that our dream of coexistence saved many Danan lives, but we were naive and short-sighted. I was so wrapped up in my idea of how things should be that I didn't see the problems that existed right in front of us. I thought we had been given a utopia. And so I never bothered to look too far past its surface. I chose to be ignorant. And because of that, because of me, my brother...
Miguel's death wasn't your fault, Kisara.
Perhaps you're right. But in the end, it was me he entrusted this dream to. I learned that nothing in this life is free, or gained without sacrifice. Now that I know that, I'll just have to figure out what else I don't know.
So, decided to join us?
I have. And hopefully I can continue to protect Elda Menencia from outside the dream world, for the sake of those still inside.
And here I thought you joined for an opportunity on my life.
In all honesty, I'm grateful to you. I truly am. I don't blame you for what happened. But I must also leave your service. No longer will I be defined by protecting a Renan lord. From now on, when I fight to protect my dream. All I ask is that you do your part, that you fight alongside me, not just for those who used to believe in your dream, but for those that still do. Dohalim.
I understand. I'm no longer a lord anyway.
Well, this crew just gets bigger and bigger. All right, where to, team?
We make for Mahag Sar, the Valley of the Four Winds.
I'm amazed how easily you can move such a giant shield around like it's nothing.
Really? It's not actually as heavy as it looks.
It's really reassuring to have someone like you protecting us, though.
You know, I guess I never realized it before, but looking back, I've always been the sort to put myself in harm's way to protect those around me, even before I joined the Eldermenensia Guard. So, in a way, using this shield to keep you all safe feels like it's what I was meant to do.
You don't need to worry about protecting me. I don't plan on relying on you.
That's okay. It doesn't matter if you do or not. I don't protect people because they ask me to. I do it because I want to, and because I think it's the right thing to do. That goes for you too, Dohalim.
Me?
Yes. You see, you and I both want the same thing. We have the same goal. That means it's in my best interest to continue to protect and keep you safe as well. Even now.
I'm not sure how much protecting I'll need either, but I appreciate the thought. I'm sure you'll do us proud, Kisara.
Right. You can all count on me.
What was Kelzelik even after in the end?
Isn't it obvious? Clearly he wanted the throne for himself, and was gonna have his goons execute Dohalim to get it.
He had to have known he couldn't hope to defeat a lord. He should have run while he had the chance, instead of holding himself up in the palace.
Maybe he thought he couldn't run? Either way, the outcome's the same.
So he got desperate and decided to go for broke?
One might argue that he was another victim of mine, in a sense.
Huh?
There is no greater calling in life to a Renin than the crown contest, yet I refused to take part. The shock he felt at that must have been truly immense, enough to drive him to revolt, even though doing so meant defying Renin hierarchy.
I know I've said this before, but Danins and Renins wouldn't coexist here if it wasn't for your stance.
But that was no lofty idealism on my part, nor do I feel any pride at what occurred.
Spare us the pity party. You literally just joined us to uphold those ideals.
Shion!
No, she is absolutely correct. I shall speak no more of my misgivings.
Do you sense one of your friends, Hootle?
Mahag Sar. That makes 4 out of the 5 realms that I've visited now.
I wonder what kind of lord we're gonna find there.
It doesn't matter. If they try to get in our way, we'll take them down and that'll be that.
Dawn! No escape! Dazzle! Mirage!
Flame of Fury!
Glacial Spear!
If they rush you, you gotta jump for cover! Dance in the
We're
wind!
cleaning house!
Let me take the rest of them!
Wow, someone's feeling lively! Thanks, Kisara!
Quite necessary when creating weaponry.
Hoo! Hoo hoo hoo! Hoo hoo hoo! Hoo! Hoo hoo hoo! Look, Hootle! One of your buddies! Hoo!
What's this thing?
That's far enough! Can you take it? Take this! Elusive deity!
Double
Tornado
Phoenix Blade!
Glide! Resonate with the earth! Stalagmite!
I'll take out the legs with my shield!
Sealed!
Begin! Elusive!
I'm ready! Lightning can
Severing wind!
Resonate with the earth! Stalagmite! A comfortable win.
I wonder what we can make with this.
If you can't decide, I'll have it raw.
Hey, wait! Don't eat that!
Out of my way!
Can you take it? Take this!
I'm gone!
Elusive deity! Tornado
It's
God! How's
Rising
this?
Falcon!
Raging cascade!
Begin! Resonate with the earth!
Stockpile!
Stalagmite!
Mine!
We did it!
Charge like that could easily be fatal.
Just as well, I'm here to stop!
In a bind? Can you take it?
Rising Wyvern! Oh, no, no!
Elusive deity!
My finish it!
All yours, Kisara!
I suppose swords have their uses.
The size was a bit much, though.
A fish! You saw it too, right?
I didn't realize there was a pond here.
Yeah, this is Taka Pond. And it happened to have saved my life once upon a time.
What do you mean?
As a kid, I survived life under the past lords by escaping here when I needed to. It's terrible to swim in, but great for catching a bite for dinner away from Renin eyes. Bear in mind, our rations back then weren't enough to live off of. You had to take matters into your own hands if you wanted enough food to survive.
But how did you catch them? With your bare hands?
That might take a while. Fish are prone to swim away at the first sign of trouble. I'd put bait or a lure on a line and use it with a fishing rod. You must not be familiar with fishing if this sounds new to you. Here, let me show you how it's done.
Hey, what do you think about that spot?
Good idea. I'll go for that one. Hup. There we go. She's got a good size to her, all told.
We can make a real feast out of this bad boy.
Hup. All right. You've got to know when to quit. Ha! There we go. Anybody could reel in that.
That went pretty well.
All right. She's got a good size to her, all told.
Hopefully it tastes better than it looks.
All right. We can get a good meal out of this fella.
I can't believe you caught that with a rod. Amazing.
And that's all there is to it.
Wow. It seems like you need to have good reflexes to catch anything. I don't know if it's really for me. Kisara? I think I've seen enough.
Oh, sorry. I guess I'm just in my own little world when I go fishing.
Looks like we're going to be here for a while.
That's how fishing goes. You wait for a bite, and then the real battle begins. Miguel told me that different fish live in different regions, and you have to pick the right rod and lure for what you're hoping to catch.
But that doesn't change the fact it's a giant time sink.
Of course, each fish has its own unique flavor, too. And some of them are supposed to be extremely delicious.
When you put it like that, maybe it's worth me trying my hand at fishing after all.
You're just in it for the food.
I was hoping we'd get to fish during our travels. And it just so happens I made sure to grab my brother's old rod before I left Vicente. So, if you ever feel like fishing when we've got a little downtime, just let me know.
Good to hear. Thanks for showing us.
Okay!
I'm always amazed what healing arts can do.
Just doing my job. No need to thank me.
Hey. Is it just me, or have those two barely spoken a single word to one another?
I know, right? But after everything that happened with Miguel, is it really any wonder?
Kinda puts a damper on the whole journey though, huh? How long do you think they're gonna keep this up?
If it bothers you that much, why don't you ask them?
Why do I have to ask?
How come you walk together like that?
She really doesn't beat around the bush.
You mean Kisara and myself?
You hadn't noticed? You've been practically joined at the hip ever since we left Vicente.
I guess it's force of habit, most likely. I was always ready to protect him, should the need arise. It sort of came with the job description.
Right. From being in the Elder Menancia Guard. Although, Dohalim's pretty capable of defending himself, isn't he?
Having guards doesn't necessarily mean the one being guarded is weak. No one's perfect all the time.
Even so, it's not like they're entirely wrong, Kisara. You're no longer in my employ, after all.
I don't know. I mean, if it's what she's used to and you're both comfortable with it, then who are we to judge?
But she doesn't serve him anymore. It isn't normal for her to keep following him around like she still does.
You know, she's probably right. And a lot has changed over the last few days. I guess it wouldn't hurt to rethink our relationship in light of the new circumstances. Perhaps I'll give it some thought after all. Does that sound all right by you?
Of course.
You might want to stop asking his permission for every little thing while you're at it.
Sorry. It's not that easy, shaking off old habits. I'll probably need a little time to get fully used to it. I've noticed that sometimes we come across enemies who fight like you, and try to dodge our attacks at the last second.
I hate those guys. I can get some hits in when they move into attack, but otherwise they slip past damn near everything else I throw at them.
If what you're seeking is a way to more reliably hit them, there is a solution.
Try to outclass them on reflexes?
I possess the ability to command Earth elemental beings to some extent. They emerge as the land itself and take root on my command. They will swiftly bind the enemies, at which point you can dispatch them.
Huh?
What he means is that he can make plants grow to hold the enemies in place. At least I think that's probably what he's saying.
I'm glad at least one of us understands him. So basically, if we find an enemy that likes to dodge, we should let Dohalim handle it.
I shall do what I can within my modest means to help.
Why are you looking at me like that?
That armor you wear is standard issue for the Menancian Guard, right?
Originally, I've added some flair to it in a lot of places.
I noticed, especially with that open back.
We guardsmen pride ourselves on never showing our back to our enemies. It's my way of making myself live up to that. Plus, it makes it that much lighter and easier to maintain.
Dohalim, do you have anything to say about this?
Every guardsman is allowed to wear their armor as they see fit.
And you, La?
Huh? Why are you asking me?
This shall suffice. Please, everyone, have as much as you like.
Dohalim, care if I hang out for a while? You worried about what's going on with Menancia?
What makes you think that?
Well, you were speaking to Kisara earlier, weren't you?
It's rude to listen in on others, you know.
Sorry. I didn't hear what you two were actually talking about, though. I just figured it was Menancia since it was the two of you.
I am but a former lord who has abandoned his post. I'm no longer in a position to lead the realm in any capacity whatsoever. Yet Kisara still seeks out my opinions, knowing full well that is the case. This despite the fact I am no longer her master either.
Couldn't it be precisely because you're not her master anymore? It's natural for friends to want to hear each other's opinions.
I hadn't considered that possibility.
It's funny what you miss sometimes.
Hardly uncommon among artistic types such as myself. When lordships are decided based solely on one's astral energy, it can lead to funny results.
But even so, you still took your job as lord seriously, didn't you?
Certainly. I learned to perform my functions. However, I was less interested in ruling, so much as avoiding life and death decisions. Of course, such a mentality in the end led only to sickening pain and death taking place elsewhere out of sight. I pretended not to see or hear any of it, content to let our supposed peace and equality keep me blind and deaf to reality. I was a fool.
But you're making amends.
I would like to think so. The path ahead is dark, yet I still walk on. I merely pray that I shan't fall down any holes along the way. We'd best get ready for tomorrow. Shall we get moving?